Winnie the Pooh, Snow, gamers, Hearthstone, and communism. What do they all mean? Why are they all here? Why is this video being made? All things will be answered, just stick around.
Here's my 2 cents. Take it with a grain of salt.
You don't like Blizzard, do you? Communists suck. Communists are bad. Very good. Good paw. No matter how much German shepherd you might have inside of you, we'll make you an American. Political pennies, here we go. Hong Kong, protests, Hearthstone, Blizzard, and bans. What's going on here? And why should you care what's going on here? Well, let me tell you. If it hasn't made it into mainstream news yet, and you aren't really paying attention to gamer news, there's a guy, Lisheng. He was banned for life and lost $10,000 in winnings for voicing his support with a mask that was similar to the ones worn by the protesters in Hong Kong, and by voicing his support for their cause. Blizzard responded swiftly by yanking his $10,000 reward, refusing to pay it, and banning him from any possible future play. He voiced his opinion, and Blizzard, an American company, banned him. A company that resides in the country where the First Amendment, it's the first one. Top of the food chain, baby. Be able to say what you like without threatening other individuals and all the other small clauses. Be able to voice your opinion without fear of repercussion or punishment. What did he get? A lifetime ban, loss of future earnings, and he lost $10,000. Now, as egregious as they may be, you might not really understand what's going on. And in order to understand really what's happening here, you need to understand what's going on over there in Hong Kong. Now, it's very, very murky, and this idiot right here is not going to be able to explain to you all the intricacies of Hong Kong versus China, the Communist Party, all of that stuff. This is what I understand from people on Reddit that I have messaged. They've asked that they remain anonymous due to the just insanity that is going on over there, the persecution that is happening to the protesters. But basically, firsthand is Hong Kong. What you got to know is this: Hong Kong is separate from China. Okay, Hong Kong used to be the United Kingdom's presence in China, left over from back in the day when the UK was super imperialistic and they had colonies everywhere. Hong Kong was that. It has since been relinquished from UK control, and it is governed itself outside of the Chinese Communist Party, which governs the rest of China. The protests that are going on are specifically geared and aimed at its current government, who is in basically talks or discussion with the Communist Party of China. I think it's like the People's Republic, or I don't remember. It has a name. Basically, the communists in China have been talking to the pseudo-democracy that's in Hong Kong, mostly around extradition laws and basically China being able to come in and say, hey, you fucked up. You're ours now. Goodbye. Playing judge, jury, and executioner with Hong Kong citizens. To me, this is a huge violation of human rights, and it shouldn't be allowed, and it's not a good situation to allow happen. Obviously, there's enough charge behind this that you have people who are being beaten by the police, being silenced, having their lives ruined, still out there fighting for this cause. That should tell you that you should be paying attention to this. Caveat. Another reason why we should pay attention to this a little bit more on like the global scale, whether we like it or not, China is a huge power in this world. As much as I want to believe America is always going to be number one top dog no matter what forever, we still have threats coming out from the outside, and China is one of them. They're still communist. They still believe in authoritarianism, and if you go against the state's going to go against you. And guess who loses in that? It's you. So, there's a lot of companies that have stake in China. Nike, Blizzard, we're talking about them. Apple, a lot of tech companies, a lot of manufacturing goes on in China. Clothing, shoes, electronics, just basically anything that's made, there are pieces or whole products that are made in China. So we should pay attention to what's going on there because it affects us directly. Whether it be the prices of the items that you choose to buy, whether it be the increase in costs of the services you use because their costs are going up because of the items and products that they buy that are sourced from China. It's going to directly affect you, so you shouldn't just blow it off. So that's why you should care about the protests and what's going on in China. That directly leads back to this situation with Blizzard. Now, let's talk about exactly what's going on with Blizzard. Blizzard is banning its players from playing their games, basically by violating their free speech. It's a violation of their free speech. Player says one thing, Blizzard doesn't like it, bah! You don't get to play the game no more. Go fuck yourself. Let me explain to you why that's bad. Okay? Blizzard has come out and said, China has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with our decision. And we all know that's bullshit. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that Blizzard's footprint and profits that they earn in the Chinese market matter to them very much. They, however, should not matter so much that the American company starts acting un-American and banning people for exercising the First Amendment right. It's absurd. American companies should hold American ideals. That's my opinion. There you go. It's my opinion. And that's a big reason why this situation matters so much. Because if we didn't have that luxury, I wouldn't even be able to make this video. I wouldn't even be allowed to say the things that I want to say. Why should you care about this situation if you're not a gamer? I don't play that game. I don't even play video games at all. It doesn't matter to me. It should. This could be the first company to start the process. You know, you learn about this stuff when you learn about like Supreme Court cases upholding the precedent. If we see a ruling in the court for this situation and we have a similar situation come up, oftentimes they'll just go back and say, look, you check all the same boxes that this did, this was the decision they made, this is why they made it, we're not going to change it. Boom. Same kind of thing happens in these situations. Well, we didn't really get mad at Blizzard, or Blizzard didn't get in trouble, or whatever. So why should we now? Why should we now? Boom, boom, boom. A little bit of a slippery slope fallacy, but sometimes that's how it works. Could be the first in a long line of issues, is what I'm saying. Some of you might be thinking, well, this is easy. Just have the American government police the private sector of business. Super easy. No. Pump your fucking brakes, dude. The answer is not government control. The answer is not authoritarianism, having to have some authority come down and say, no, you're not gonna do that. No, Blizzard. Bad Blizzard. And then Blizzard goes, oh, sorry. And then we move on. No. This is a time unlike any other. I'm holding my phone up to illustrate this. We as consumers have a much larger voice than any other consumer population ever has. We can jump on Twitter, Instagram, social media. You can write out to news outlets. You can speak directly to companies through videos just like this one, just like I'm doing right now. It is up to us, especially the American consumers, to see that Blizzard, an American company, feels the pain for the egregious action that they've taken against American ideals. And we have the capability to do it nowadays. It's already being done. I've seen numerous posts with the hashtag boycott Blizzard. I've seen posts on Reddit where people are trying to delete their accounts, and Blizzard is backpedaling so much that it's requiring people to show forms of identification to delete their accounts. Blizzard is putting up as many speed bumps and stop walls to prevent people from leaving their service while they try to figure out exactly what to do. Even Blizzard employees are walking out of the company because of how un-American of a decision this is. But it's not over yet. Just yesterday, they banned an entire esports team for holding a sign, "Free Hong Kong." It's bullshit, Blizzard. Hong Kong is separate of China. People are protesting to keep it that way, basically. Blizzard is a company with a large footprint in China. Blizzard has prioritized its constituents and profits over the rights of an individual. Blizzard has made corrections, but it initially started with a $10,000 loss for Blitzchung and a lifetime ban for him. They've since changed, but we need to remember just how severe they were willing to go. We can see now that they've reduced his ban and given him his money. That just shows that what we're doing is working. So we need to support every single gamer that decides to show their support for all those people in another country that are fighting for what they believe is right. We have a duty to voice our opinions and exercise our rights as Americans. Blizzard can't stop us all. We are with every single one of you that's been banned or has had a difficult time expressing your opinion with Blizzard. We stand with those employees that walked out on Blizzard because they know that what Blizzard is doing is wrong. We all need to stand together as consumers and not rely on the government to fix this problem. Hit them in their profits, hit them where it hurts. Cancel your pre-orders, stop using their services, show them exactly how serious we are about our freedom of speech. It's a right we cannot afford to lose. I may not be anybody. I may be just some idiot trying to explain this situation. Perhaps you're way smarter than me. Maybe you have a reach that I don't. I'm always one to say don't talk about it, be about it. So you'll have to deal with my shitty handwriting. I think they put a hashtag in front of it too. I'm not 100%. I'm not sure what the kids are doing nowadays. Well, Blizzard, I've already canceled my Call of Duty pre-order, and I will never log into Battle.net as long as you are banning people for being American. Free Hong Kong. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Tell me what you think. Comment down below. Drop a like. Drop a dislike if you disagree with me. I don't care. Show me why. Let's talk about it. Stay salty. Deuces.